What is good? What is good? What is Gucci? Courtney IG. And I'm back again with another one to discuss Too Good to Be True, the joint 17-track album from Rick Ross and Meek Mill. So guys, before I even contemplate diving into this album, let me just set the scene. It's been so long since Meek Mill has dropped a project, a whole 2 years to be exact, since Expensive Pain, which is a body of work which saw Meek experiment a little bit with his sound, use auto-tune, and sway a bit too much from what he delivers best on, in my opinion. With the exception of course, Flamer's Flow as a bonus track, and maybe one or two others which can't come to my mind, but you can watch the full review over on the Inspiring Rich channel where you are right now. I will put a link in there in the description, in the comments somewhere. You can tap into that later. But I think the project was kind of forgettable, if I'm honest. You guys tell me what stood out from that, except Flamer's Flow, if you disagree. Beyond that, he's been dropping snippet after snippet, of songs that were gonna come for ages, freestyles that are just, how Meek does it, raw passion, energy. Yeah, I was hyped. And then Rick Ross gave us Richer Than Ever last year, which was nice, but not exceptional. I mean, I've kind of a bit heard rinse and repeat with Rick Ross style, so I'm not really so taking so much from him anymore as I used to when I was younger. Maybe it was like, raw, this is the best thing since sliced bread, this what he's painting, wow. So I'm not really so much of a major Rick Ross fan at the moment, but them two coming together made sense. Meek needing to come back, Ross coming off of his last album, kind of getting a bit up on. Meek's the younger blood, younger energy. Makes sense. Let's do what we used to do back in the days. MFG, Self-Made, Volume 1, 2 feeling. I'm a boss feeling. Night Dreams and Nightmares feeling. So without further ado, let's get into it. The project opens up with a gruesome banger. It just feels like the streets. It feels like you're outside and you need to put your hoodie on. Shaq and Kobe. Meek comes out of the gate swinging, lining it up nicely for Rick Ross equally to come in, giving us that intended feel. As I said, it's trap, and I like that gutter feel. It's not like Star Island, which comes after that. I was waiting so long for that drop on the song. It took forever and a day, and it just didn't grab me. Not like Go to Hell, which has that undeniable Cool and Dre production, complemented so well by Beam, who split up the bridges with Something We Can Feel, with Rick Ross and Meek just punching in, coming in with that self-made talk. We don't need the labels. We do our own thing, man. And literally, Ross is saying, take your plaques, man. I don't need the plaques. Take your plaques. We don't need that. And speaking of plaques, geez, man, that 800 carats could have took a plaque. The way that energy and that feeling it rattled me up. That charged me up, man. That made me want to just go in the gym or something, you know what I mean? But Ross literally eats as he comes in on the second verse. Obviously, Meek has the first one. Ross comes in on the second one and eats it up, pun intended. I know you would say, Ross, you say you don't F with YouTubers, Ross. I know you said that. Clearly, you don't F with us. But that second verse, as I said, was just fire. Something else, and it makes you move like you're moving something over the border. I ain't never moved something over the border. I don't intend to do any of those kind of things, but you made me feel like that. You put me in that vibe, and you put me in that box. You know what I mean? Dead Last was an unexpected switch up, but I ain't mad at it. I ain't against it. Vori does his thing. First Hurt, which brings out some sort of emotion in the project, because I haven't really felt any of that kind of angle. That lone soldier, fakeness in the squad, fakeness in the circle, can't trust nobody kind of vibes. And it sits way better to my ear than Grandos. I don't like Vori kind of on that production or that feel. It sounds a bit off to me. And Dead Last is a perfect follow-up, like setup, not follow-up, setup for what follows in the Rose, I think, solo track. Somebody could tell me that Meek is in there. Maybe he is, but it doesn't feel like he is, with They Don't Really Love You. Yeah, I'm not sure who's doing that chorus. If that's Meek, that goes against what I said in intro, in him using the auto-tune badly, because it feels not so bad. It feels futurist. You know, it's got that raspiness. And yeah, that kind of put me off, because I was thinking, who is this? I can't see anybody on the credits. I can't see. And it says Meek and Ross. I don't know. So Ross is like painting the picture here of being graceful in the presence of his enemies. Obviously, he's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word that I'm looking for, but he's playing on it, kind of like, I'm great. I got so much abundance, basically, that I can be graceful in the presence of my enemies and still give them stuff. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? He can bless them. He can bless his enemies. That's what he's doing. And Above the Law, guys. Yeah, Above the Law, man. That 1993, the shiznit, Snoop Doggy is giving up smoke, but he delivered the smoke back in 1993. We can't deny that. So it's across every single GTA recreation video I've ever seen on Instagram. This song gets played and they're walking like ultra slow-mo or whatever they're doing. This has got to be in GTA 6, the new one that's coming out. That must be the only reason why they felt like putting DJ Khaled on this as well, because I can't see any value that he adds to the track whatsoever. Tiana Taylor paints the picture. I'm using that phrase again, but she paints that picture of the hood, cops chasing, the blue flashing lights. It's literally there. It's so clear. There's no fuzziness about it. And it would make a great high-speed chase video. It could make great part in GTA 6. And Meek's obviously been in prison. They could do different scenes, one in the prison, one coming out, one him still trying to be in the streets, still trying to be in the hood, still trying to move, whatever. Few scenes, man. I see it. When I heard the track, I see it very clearly. What I didn't see was what came after, because I was really waiting for a Diced Pineapples type moment, an MMG recreation, an Ambition, they're gonna love me for my ambition type moment, with what I saw with the track list with Wale, Meek, and Ross. It's been a while since we've had those combinations. I was rubbing my hands together like Birdman, you know what I mean? And Fine Lines was really bumpy. It was kind of somber, but kind of trying to be Ambition and trying to pump you up. Then kind of somber, then kind of trying to pump you up. And it's like, I didn't get it. It's too bumpy, man. I don't want to listen to music with speed bumps in my eardrums. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't really mesh well. The structure, which was sonically better on Gold Medals lacked life. It was a bit lifeless. But then what we got was, or with Jeremiah, what we got then was an injection. We got an injection with Iconic and Lyrical Easy, which straight after bringing that feel of what was in the top half of the body of work, top half of the project. What I missed though is that Meek talking about what he's been doing in the last 2 years. I know that they're all about the money. They're all about making money, Millionaires Row and all of that stuff. Millionaires Row, by the way, is literally like a recreation of Pop That. If you don't know Pop That, you're too young and you're just not tapped in. No, I'm not going to say that, but check out Pop That with French Montana, Ross, Drake, like Millionaires Row is that. And this is what this body of work feels like, to wrap it, surmise it. The energy which I had, guys, coming into this was high energy. I was really expecting some amazing, remarkable street, like heart-wrenching, like not heart-wrenching, because they don't really, Meek can do that, and Ross can kind of tap into that as well, but I didn't really get that, guys. I didn't really feel that. And 10 tracks in, it started to tail off. And then, as I said, the injection came in of Iconic, Lyrical Easy, which a good exec, obviously, knew that or picked that up, or them two picked it up and thought, I want to turn it back another way. I want to turn it up a notch and position that smartly. And which did well for the last stretch. But what I missed was, as I said, the Meek standalone stuff. I want more Meek standalone. I need a Meek standalone album. It was too much choppers, money, co. I don't know if I really believe all of it nowadays. Like, you guys are saying you're millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires, zillionaires. Like, really, I don't believe it anymore. Let's evolve the subject matter a little, like diversify a little, because this is where it gets kind of not so relatable. Or I'll listen to it. I'll listen to this again. But will I say it's like, wow, this is remarkable, this is sitting up there with their classics? No, not for me. Not for me. It was safe. It was a safe move. That's a safe move. Like, that's playing 4-5-1 against Burnley or something. Like, yeah, you're going to get a point. You're going to get a point. But do you want to go for the win, or do you want to get a point? So, top 3 tracks, Above the Law, Shaq and Kobe, dead last, 7 out of 10. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, inspire, erase.